Hello and back to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the team with the highest defense stat in Pokemon GO here if you exclude Shuckle. Shuckle would have the highest defense stat in Pokemon GO in general for the Great League. I don't know if it's actually for everything, I'm not sure, I don't think so. I think actually Slacking has the highest defense stat, but of course it doesn't help it for it because, yeah, Slacking does have only Yawn as a fast move. But for the Great League, you have here the Bastion, which is the second highest after Shuckle. You have the Deoxys defense, which is also like the third highest or whatever. And then you have Probopass, which I didn't think it would be the case, but at least I didn't find a Pokemon that has more defense. HP doesn't matter for this. Well, you already had the highest HP team there already. Just the defense that I didn't find a single one that had more than the Probopass. I found like some that were like very close to the Probopass, so like it could be that there is some random Pokemon that had more, like for example Dusclops would have been very close compared to Probopass. I think Probopass has like 210 defense, while Dusclops has like 205 defense. I think like Deoxys defense is somewhere at like 230, 220, something around there. And then you have the the Bastion with like 280 completely, it's insane. Like the stats of the, the stats of the Bastion is like completely insane. It has so high defense, also pretty decent HP, just next to no attack. It's so insanely good, especially if it would have had a better fast move, I guess, a more energy generating fast move, but still it's such a good Pokemon. It just has a very horrible typing, but yeah, that's how it is. We have the Probopass here as a Safe Swap, which is pretty cool because we can use Spark. And we can also use a Thunderbolt on this Pokemon, as Spark and Thunderbolt together is pretty nice against potential water types that want to swap into us here, as we see the Azumarill here doesn't really want to take those Thunderbolts. As we get this Pokemon really low, we can go ahead, go into our Deoxys defense, and we can farm up some extra energy here, which is going to be very nice as we see the Play Rough coming through. Maybe I should have went onto my Bastion, but I don't know if they had the right Pokemon for this, as we see a Warren coming into us. Bastion against Shadow Warren is actually not the best for Bastion. Like, if you don't believe it here, you see the Earthquake, it does some very decent damage, as we can go ahead, go for one. Nice Stone Edge here, you should get the shield, we do get the shield, they still have to throw, they don't have to throw, but we can go for one counter. This counter is enough to KO this Warren, even though they have a lot of energy, it's all going to go to waste, and we can go for one last ditch Psycho Boost to win this game here with the triple defense team. Triple defense team is definitely the best playable out of them all that I tested so far. Of course, like if you would include Shuckle, then it wouldn't be playable either, but like, yeah. I'm not gonna build a Shuckle, I'm not gonna use the Shuckles that I have. I don't even have a Hundo Shuckle or anything like this. My Shuckles are all pretty horrible, so I'm not going to build this. But with Probopass instead is pretty decent, as we cannot take a single hit from a Registeel, of course. We're not as bulky as the Pokemon that we have in the back there. I always forget the name of it. The Bastion. And Bastion would be actually able to take one double super effective Focus Blast from a Registeel, but it's fine. We have the Deoxys here, and we can go ahead, go into our Bastion, and we can just smack it all down here. The thing is, with this team, you're kind of weak to Nidoqueen if you lose your lead, and even your lead is not the best against Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen wins in the two-shield scenario against Deoxys defense, I'm pretty sure, so yeah, like Nidoqueen is still a bit of a problem here. Otherwise, this team is pretty balanced, I think. Trevenant can also be a little bit tricky, but is actually pretty okay for Bastion most of the time. And also, like, Probopass baits out most of the Bastion answers anyway, so you usually get to this matchup as we catch perfectly the Shadow Ball, which we didn't want to. We wanted to try to actually throw our charge move, didn't work out. We see the Altaria coming in, and now we lose because of this, which is amazing. I love to see it. Yeah, this was kind of unfortunate. And you see a Bastion going down to an Altaria. What a weird time. We see here the Registeel, we see the Sableye coming in. Sableye against our Bastion is a matchup that I really enjoy, because you're actually going to be able to usually get two shields here. I think if you would shield yourself, you might be able to smack him all the way down, but I'm not really shielding here. I am fine even if our Probopass gets aligned against the opponent's Registeel. We can go ahead and go for one nice Stone Edge here. Even if they let this move go through, I can still go for Flamethrowers later on, but they don't. They're going to shield this up. I'm gonna let this move go through as well. The Foul Play comes through, and can we get to the Stone Edge in time? We can. Do they want to go two shields down? We will see here. they will go 2 shields down, which is actually pretty decent for me. I can just let this move go through, hopefully. Yep, I do. And Probopass might be able to just farm this thing all the way down, and Probopass has access, of course, to Spark and Thunderbolt, which are both neutral, as we go ahead, and we are kinda screwed here. We see the Trevenant coming in against our Deoxys defense here. We have to go for 1 Psycho Boost. We're gonna get him low, but not low enough that 1 Psycho Boost again is enough to KO this thing. So we're going to shield up the Seed Bomb, and it's not looking very good for us, as we can go for 1 Psycho Boost. Doesn't KO, we have to go for another one, but we can get there before they throw their charge move, which is amazing because now we have a shield still left. And we can now go into our Probopass. After we already stored 1 move here, we can go for 1 Thunderbolt, and we should be able to win this game here pretty easily now at this point of time, because we can just go shield this up, I think. Yeah, shield this up, because we are kind of low on the Deoxys. Deoxys actually gets a lot of damage from lock-on, because Deoxys defense has such a high defense stat, but such a low HP stat, that lock-on actually does some pretty decent damage against it. But like this, we put him into range where even 1 Psycho Boost would be enough after some more counters, but we can still go just for the easy Thunderbolt, KOing this Registeel, winning us the game here pretty easy. As we see the next opponent, we see Deoxys defense against Skarmory. Very nice for us. We're going to try to get some extra energy here, but they swap out immediately into a Nidoqueen, which is horrible for us, as we go ahead and we should go for Psycho Boost at least someday. They go for the Earth Power immediately. Hell yeah, we are basically screwed already at this point of time. I don't know how we are supposed to win this game, because they're going to shield this. They're most likely going to shield this one as well. And now we are kinda screwed. No, they're gonna let this move go through at least, so I can farm this thing down with the Bastion, which is actually possible. I think they're going to bait me here. I am always wrong today, as I can now farm this thing down, but it doesn't really look too good, especially with Obstagoon in the back. I think if I shielded the Earth Power here, I easily would have won this game still, because the Obstagoon didn't really have anywhere to go, as I go ahead and go into my Deoxys defense, try to get some counter damage, and now we see the Skarmory coming in. We can go for 1 Thunderbolt, and we can farm this thing down afterwards. Well, it's going to look a little bit tough here, as we can only go for 1 Thunderbolt now. We can try to farm it down. They're most likely going to go ahead and go for 1 Brave Bird soon, as we see them going for 1 move here. I'm going to shield this move up, I think, even though Brave Bird double resisted, I know, but I don't think that the opponent's Pokemon gets to more than 1 move anyway in this kind of scenario. So I'm gonna let this first move go through as well. I hope it's not cross chop. It was cross chop, and as they would get to at least 1 more, I guess. I actually should have just shielded. I don't know why I didn't shield. Okay, this didn't really make sense. I would have won this game if I just shielded against these Skarmory. I made so many mistakes. Again, as also like said before, I made a lot of mistakes with this team. Here I could have swapped out earlier as well and should have went into my Bastion immediately, which I'm going to do now, but I can just farm this thing all the way down. I think I should be fine here. I don't think there's any issue. They might get to another Leaf Blade though, which might be an issue, but other than this, it should be okay. We most likely see something like the Victory Bell in the back, I would say. So what I'm going to try to do here is to keep my energy mainly. They go back definitely into the Bastion, so I bet it's a Victory Bell in the back. We should be fine if it's a Victory Bell in the back if we play it correctly. We're going to store 1 move here, and we're going to go into our Deoxys defense now, trying to get some extra energy as we see them going for a move, because I think it's a Victory Bell. I'm going to shield this move up. I need to get to 2 Psycho Boosts here, and we see the Victory Bell coming in, and we definitely get to 2 Psycho Boosts, which is amazing, because this is going to allow us to easily get both shields from the opponent. I think at least I can shield this one up. It's fine for me. I don't really need shields anymore at this point of time. Maybe they want to let this move go through. I don't know. It actually wouldn't KO, I think. We will see. They actually let this move go through, which allows us now to go into our Bastion and go for 1 Smackdown, smack this thing down, go for 2 Flamethrowers now against the opposing Bastion, and we should be fine here, as we have our Probopass still in the back, which gets neutral damage from Flamethrower and has double resisted damage, no, only single resisted damage from their fast move, while having a neutral fast move and neutral charge moves. That is pretty decent for us, I think. We see the Flamethrower going to come through here, as we can go with our Probopass, going for some nice Thunderbolts here. This will be able to get the first shield there, and we will see that they go for more Flamethrowers, but it doesn't really help them anymore. Just the Thunderbolt damage alone is way better. It's actually interesting, like Probopass itself is such a good Pokemon, has a good moveset, has in general good stats, and nobody uses it just because there is Bastion. And why would you use Probopass if you can use Bastion? It's like kind of interesting, to be honest. Like, in my opinion, maybe even the moveset of the Pro Pass is better with like Spark Rock Sides Thunderbolt. You at least get two moves faster and you're not getting too stuck against like something like a Zoom Roll. But at the end of the day, it's just a weaker Bastion. And also funny that those two Pokemon with like a Rock and Steel typing, I guess you have also Aggro and Stiller, but they're getting both released with pretty similar stats in the same generation, which is kind of cool. Both of them are like Gen 4 Pokemon, so we see here Thunderbolt coming through, getting shielded. We can go for another one here, as I think we actually win this matchup against a Azumarill in the 2-shield scenario, which is kind of interesting. Like, you have your you have your Rock type here that actually going to be able to beat an Azumarill. While they go for the Hydro Pump, you can go for one Thunderbolt here, which will be able to get the knockout against this Azumarill. As we see the next opponent, the opponent coming into a Sableye, we can still get to one Rock Slide here. I don't know if they can farm me down on time. We have to see, but it doesn't really matter anyway, as we have our Bastion in the back, and we would have been able to get to another move here, but they throw, which is good on their part. We can go to Bastion, we can farm it down, we see the Warring coming in, we can go into our Deoxys, and this is a game over. I don't know how my opponent tries to get back from this game here, but there is nothing that they can do. We can go for one Thunderbolt. They actually win Team Peter here, but it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. We can just go for one big Thunderbolt here, going to knock out this Warring, and we can maybe even knock out the Sableye here. No, they actually throw the charge move. I actually don't know why people do this, to be honest. I guess they're waiting for lag or something like this. Like, there's literally no way in hell that you're gonna be able to win this game. Why not forfeit? It doesn't really make too much sense. It just wastes time on both sides. So, good game there still. It's just something that, I mean, like, it's clearly over. It's just, I mean, people can play out whatever they want. I'm not gonna judge that. We see the Trevenant coming in here. The Trevenant is, of course, the worst possible Pokemon that I can face, I guess, with this team. But actually, that Rock Slide did a lot of damage. It's pretty decent. We see most likely a Shadow Ball coming through. That's fine for me. We see them swapping into their Victory Bell, which is fine for me as well. Is that this Victory Bell doesn't really want to face this Rock Slide. I don't know why they did this, to be honest. And I think I make a mistake here, to be honest, as well. As I did a lot of mistakes with this team, to be honest, as I can now shield this move up, but I get so much energy, and I think I'm not throwing my energy here, do I? I think I don't throw my energy into the incoming Pokemon. No, okay, it's a Wiggly type anyway, never mind. So this is fine, we can just go into our Bastion, and Bastion is totally a hard answer for Wiggly type. We don't even have to shield here. All moves are resisted, even the Hyper Beam that it potentially would have. It's all resisted. We have 100 energy. We can go for one Stone Edge. If they want to let this move go through, they can. They do want to let this move go through, and we see the Trevenant. And I can just usually go for the entire farm down here. I don't know if I'm actually going to go to... Yeah, actually going to do this. Like, for me, I have 2 moves out on my Deoxys. I have more moves out here, but I just go for the farm down because it's faster. It's just faster. As we see a Swampert lead, that's amazing for us because Swampert is, of course, horrible for my backline. Same as Stunfisk, same as any fighting type. Our backline has so many weaknesses, it's kind of insane. As we see them going for some... Earthquakes here, actually. A good Earthquake. We can go for one Psycho Boost. We should get a shield from the opponent here because they usually shield the first move because we get debuffed afterwards. But we can just go ahead, go for more Psycho Boost, and the world needs more Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost after Psycho Boost after Psycho Boost. We have now 3 in a row, and we KO the Swampert as we can swap into our Probo Pass, which wasn't the right swap, I guess, against Warren. But they swap into their Skarmory onto our Rock Slide, which is fine for me because I can completely use the situation to just farm up 100% energy here, then swap into my Bastion, farm even more energy, and we should be pretty fine. I don't think I even throw a single move here, I just wait for them to throw. Exactly, I can just let this move go through, they go for a Sky Attack. I could just no-tap here as well, but I'm just going to go into my Bastion now, catch the move, and it doesn't really help him. I hope my opponent just decides to surrender now. But I'm not sure. No, they're going to go into their Warren, of course. We're going to shield up this Earthquake, and I don't know what my opponent still tries to do here. Okay, they're going to go out now. Thanks for this. Into the most likely final battle, we have another Swampert in the lead. Very good for us because we need it here. Let's see what the opponent going to do here. They build up to a lot of energy and then swap into the Sableye. I don't know, maybe you have 2 answers in the back for Deoxys. Pretty interesting play in general to farm up that much energy on the Swampert. Could have been a good play, could have been a misplay, I'm not sure. You're like at 100 energy there. I guess he tried to catch the move, which was smart, but didn't help him at this end, as we see them going for 1 foul play here, and we should be able to still get to 2 Stone Edges in time, I hope. We can go for 1 at least, we can get the shield at least. Can we get to another one? We cannot, but they swap into a Swampert, allowing us to go into our Deoxys defense, but we're going to stay in for a little bit just so we are not switch locked. I'm going to shield this move up, could be an Earthquake. It is an Earthquake, very good shield for me, as I can go for 1 Psycho Boost here, which should be able to KO the Swampert. They're gonna let this move go through, amazing for me. I can swap out. I don't think they have another answer for my Probopass in the back here, as we see the Skarmory. This game is over. So yeah, this is the team without Shuckle that has the highest defense in the Great League for Pokemon Go Battle League. Not gonna use Shuckle ever, but still it was fun to play. It was definitely the most playable out of the 3 series there, with the highest attack, highest HP, and now highest defense. So definitely the team that works out the best, but still it is kinda rough with the backline there. Thanks for watching, see you next video, have a great rest of your day, bye!